Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to apply for the postgraduate work permit extension under the new public policy, which allows you to get 18 months long work permit. So let's search on Google PGWP extension and click on the first link. So on this link, there is a detail of who can apply and how to apply. So the last date to apply is July 27, 2021. As of now, it may be extended later on this year. So who can apply? If your postgraduate work permit expired on or after January 30, 2020, or will expire within 4 months or less, you should have been in Canada when this policy was announced on January 27, 2021 and have stayed in Canada since then. So this can be only applied from within Canada. Have a temporary residence status. So if you currently have a postgraduate work permit that is valid, you're eligible as long as it is expiring within next 4 months or less. Or you have lost your temporary residence status, but you have already applied to restore it. You might have applied to restore as a visitor. So you're in visitor visa right now and your postgraduate work permit was expired, you can apply for this permit too. Or you lost your temporary residence status, but you will apply to restore it at the same time you apply for this open work permit. You'll also need to include in the application that you're applying for an open work permit under this policy. Make sure you have the valid passport for 18 months or longer to get the full duration of work permit. So here we have instruction guide, which we can open in another tab. This instruction guide is on how to fill the form. So let's log in into our account. So this is the homepage of our GCK account. Let's scroll down and start an application. So click on apply to come to Canada. Over here, since we do not have our personal reference code, you can scroll down and click on this visitor, study and or work permit. So what would you like to do in Canada? You have to select work. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? Temporarily more than 6 months. What code matches to the passport? What is the current territory of residence? So again, you have to be present in Canada when applying for this work permit. Do you have a family member who is Canadian citizen or permanent resident and is 18 years or older? Select as applicable, date of birth. I'll just put any date randomly. Are you lawful permanent resident of United States? Answer as applicable. What is your current immigration status? It says over here you must select worker as your current immigration status. And does any one of the following apply to you? So in this paragraph, we have this sentence. I'm applying for an open work permit under an active public policy program announced by IRCC. So we have to select yes. And for all of the rest, select as applicable. So this is also explained in this IRCC website. Does any one of the following apply to you? So we have to make sure that we say yes in this paragraph, as we already did. What is your current marital status? Answer accordingly. Input your province of residence. So we have two options. So we have to select this open work permit. Are you accompanying a family member who has a status in Canada? Select as applicable. So over here we have to enter the date when your postgraduate work permit is expiring. I'm gonna put any random date. Have you had a medical exam performed by IRCC authorized panel physician within last 12 months? Select as applicable. If you say yes, you will need to upload the copy that physician gives you. Have you lived in a designated territory for more than 6 months in last year? So this is any country other than Canada. So if you have lived in any country other than Canada in last year for more than 6 months, then you have to say yes, otherwise no. Do you want to work in any one of the following jobs? Answer as applicable. Do you want to submit an application for a family member? Select as applicable. Are you giving someone access to your application? Select as applicable. In past 10 years, have you given your biometrics for any application to coming to Canada? Select as applicable. There are fees associated with this application. Will you be paying your fees? Yes, I'll be paying my application fees. Are you able to make a digital copy of your documents? Yes. Will you be paying your application fees online? Yes. So review all your answers. Again, you have to make sure you select worker as your current status, as it says here. Even though your status has been expired, even if you're on visitor visa right now, because you are storing your status back to worker. So we need to select worker here. And we have to say yes, because I'm applying for an open work permit under an active public policy. So rest of them just answer as applicable. Continue. These are all the things we have to submit. So let's fill out this form. We can just click here, download it, click show in folder and open this form. First of all, there is a UCI number that is unique client identifier. It is written on your work permit and study permit. This number is same. I want service in English. So I'm applying for one or more of the following. If your postgraduate work permit is expiring within 4 months or less, or your postgraduate work permit was expired on or after January 30, 2020, and you are currently on a visitor visa, so you have a status, then you will say apply for a work permit with the same employer, or apply for a work permit for the first time with a new employer. You can choose anyone, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the explanation letter that we are going to attach with this application. So over here, what I selected is this one, apply for a work permit for the first time or with a new employer. And I got my work permit approved in 5 days. You can choose anyone, it doesn't matter. So, but if your work permit was expired and you currently do not have any status, so you have to select 2 options. First, this one that you're applying for a work permit for the first time, and the second is restore my status as a worker. So you'll be selecting 2 options. Enter your name. Have you used any other names? Answer as applicable. Your gender, date of birth. I'm just going to put any date randomly. Place of birth, country of citizenship, country of residence. Now it will automatically say Canada. Status, worker. Again, this must be worker. This is the date when your status was issued and date of expiry. Previous countries, territories of residence. During past 5 years, have you lived in any country or territory other than country of citizenship or country of residence for more than 6 months? Select as applicable. Your current marital status. Are you able to communicate in English and or French? Have you taken a test from a designated testing agency? Yes. Your passport number. Country, territory of issue. Input the date of issue and expiry date. Do you have any national identity document? No. Are you a lawful permanent resident of United States? Contact information. Enter your address. Date and place of your original entry to Canada. And original purpose for coming to Canada. So most of us came for studies. Date and place of your most recent entry into Canada. So if you have traveled anywhere outside of Canada and re-entered into Canada, you have to select that date when you re-entered and the place where you entered again. If applicable, provide the document of your most recent visitor record. Enter any document that is most recent. Your temporary residence stamp or your postgraduate work permit document number. Details of intended work in Canada. So what type of work permit are you applying for? So you have to say open work permit. And this details of prospective employer is not required for this type of work permit. I'll show you where it is written. So remember, we opened this guide on the side. It has all the information for all the questions we had to answer. So if you choose open work permit or postgraduate work permit, no information is required for questions 2 to 8. So you do not need to enter your employer details. So number 8 is somehow still mandatory to answer. There is an asterisk on it. Have you been issued a certificate under provincial nominee program? Answer as applicable. Your education history. Now your employment. So let's go back to that guide. Employment. For co-op and postgraduate work permit applicants, information in this section are not required. Since we selected this open work permit, even though it's extension for postgraduate work permit, we might as well just enter our full 10-year employment history. So now you have to make sure this information matches with your PR application that you're going to apply or you have already applied. So since you can only enter 3 jobs here, you can create another document where you can input all the rest of the jobs and attach it along with your explanation letter. So this is background information. Answer as applicable. Within the past 2 years, have you or a family member ever had tuberculosis of lungs or have been in a close contact with a person with tuberculosis? Do you have any physical mental disorder that would require social and/or health services other than medication during stay in Canada? Answer as applicable. Have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status, attended school without authorization, or worked without authorization in Canada? Have you ever been refused a visa or a permit, denied entry or order to leave Canada or any country? So answer as applicable. Answer if you had any refusal for any country. Have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? Yes, we applied for study permit. Yes, we applied for postgraduate work permit. So you have to enter all the details. Applied and obtained study visa, postgraduate work permit. It is recommended if you can also enter the dates when these permits were issued. Have you ever committed, been arrested? Nope. Did you serve in military, civil defense, or any security organization, police force? Answer as applicable. Are you or have you been a member associated with political party, other group organization which has engaged in or advocated violence? Answer as applicable. Have you witnessed, participated? Answer as applicable. Do you consent to be contacted by IRCC? Yes. Enter your name, ABCD, and today's date, and make sure you click on validate. Have you had any post-secondary education? Yes. Okay, validation completed successfully. Now you can save this form. Let's go back to our GCK account. So you can upload that form here. Supporting documents. Now your passport. You must submit legible copy of your valid travel document. If you have a passport, you must provide a copy of the page that shows birth date and country of origin and any pages with stamps, visas, or markings. It is always recommended to upload all the pages. So scan all the pages if you want, but these are minimum requirements. And you can also upload your work permit along with your passport in the same section in the same PDF file. The digital photo, these are the requirements. So if you had selected yes to the medical exam question, so there was gonna be a new row asking for you to upload the medical exam. So optional documents. Schedule 1 is not for us since we are applying for a work permit from inside Canada. This is for any application made outside Canada. So you do not have to worry about this section. Client information is the section where you are gonna upload your Explanation letter. Again, this is a must. You have to upload the document. So as you can see on the requirements, that says you need to include the document listed in your application, including a letter that says you're applying for an open work permit under the public policy facilitating the issuance of an open work permit to former or current postgraduate work permit holders. So it does not need to be a fancy explanation letter. You can simply just say, you can just simply copy paste this sentence. Dear officer, I'm applying for an open work permit under the public policy facilitating the issuance of an open work permit to former or current PGWP holders. So this is a must. Along with that, if you want, you can also add some more information to your explanation letter. Like it says your postgraduate work permit expired or on after or will expire within 4 months or less. So you can say when exactly your work permit was expired or is expiring. So we can say expired on so and so date. Also, it says you should have been in Canada as of January 27, 2021 when the public policy took effect and have stayed in Canada since then. So you can write so this, we already said we have a valid PGWP is currently valid. If it's not valid, you can enter whatever your status is and whenever your PGWP was expired, you include in the application that you're applying for this open work permit under this policy. So we have already included that, and your valid passport. So we do not need to mention anything about passport since we are already attaching a copy. So in the education section, it was only asking for highest level of post-secondary education, so we don't need to do anything in the explanation letter. But for employment, as it is asking for past 10 years, and we have only space for 3 jobs, we can write rest of them in this section. So you can make a similar template as this. You can attach all that information along with this explanation letter. You can also mention here that so you can enter your employment history here, or a separate page you can attach. Once you're done with that, save it as a PDF and upload it in the client information section. Again, this letter should at least say this sentence, otherwise your application will be refused. So you upload it in the client information section. Now that we have already uploaded all the required documents, now we have to click on submit here. It will show up once you upload all the documents and pay all the fees. So now regarding the fees, you have given your biometrics in any application, then this fee will not show up. But even if you have not given, all the temporary residents are exempt from needing biometric who are present in Canada. This fee and this open work permit fee will be refunded back to you. You have to pay it now, but later on it will be refunded back to you. You can also read that statement here. So for this application, you will need to pay work permit fees, which is this 155, and open work permit fee. You'll be asked to pay this fee upfront, but you'll be automatically refunded once your application is being processed. So this will be refunded, and this will also be refunded. So the actual cost for this work permit is going to be 155, but for now you have to pay this much. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a good one.